What's up, everybody? Let's take a look at the stock market. What happened today? Upper left-hand corner. This is just after the market closed. I'm in Central Standard Time, so 1600 is basically 4 o'clock. Central Standard Time, 5 o'clock East Coast time. You also see there in the upper left-hand corner the S&P 500 futures. Now, I trade the micros, but I'm looking at the E-mini here, the most current contract, September, as we review what happened in the stock market. In the middle of the screen there, you see a circle. Look at that candlestick. Oh my gosh, long lower wick. Kind of a shortish body, but it's hollow, not filled. That's important. That's very important. That tells us that the day ended up closing above its open. If it was filled and solid, that would mean that the stock market closed below its open. So this is a good sign that we potentially have a rebound going on. Okay, maybe. If you didn't look at my, watch my last 3 videos, you can look in the description below this video. There's going to be links there. I've got 3 days, I'd say 3 previous days to today were huge profitable days. Probably $2,500 over the last three days of trading. So really nice. Today, a very quiet mixed day, yeah? So let's look down at the indicator just below the candlesticks there. Got the stochastic momentum index. What is it saying? Well, it's saying momentum is still going down, right? Momentum's still going down. Below that, we got the Big Daddy forecast. That's my own algorithm. For those, a lot of people want to know where'd you get the indicator, all that kind of stuff. You can look at the TD Ameritrade TOS platform. Now there's a forecaster, market forecaster, which is not the same as this, but it'll get you started. So anyway, the Big Daddy forecast is predicting, this is a predictive indicator, saying the market's going to go up. Okay, so that indicator is saying the market's going to go up. It's predicting in the future market's going to go up. Now at the very bottom we got the VIX, and you'll see there I wrote the VIX yesterday was 21.57. And you can see back there in like August, I don't know, about the 13th or 14th, whatever it is, you can see the VIX was really low just like a few days ago, right? About maybe 4 or 5 days ago. Like last Friday or even Monday. You can look how low that VIX was on the VIX graph. Really low. I think it was down to like 14.45. So the VIX just took off. Remember, the VIX goes up, prices go down, right? It goes in the opposite direction. Volatility goes up, prices go down. So today, the VIX was 21.67. Yesterday was 21.57. What does that mean? Well, that means volatility has pretty much leveled off, right? Very little change in volatility between yesterday and today, okay? So what does all this tell us? By the way, stick around because I'm going to show you, did I make any money today? Did I lose money? I'm going to show you that at the end of the, as we move through towards the end of this video. I'm actually going to share with everybody that not every trade's a profitable trade. I'm going to show you how I dealt with a loss. I actually had a loss. I think it was last night. I'll show you the loss, and then I'll show you what did I do after the loss. Okay? So the picture here that we're looking at basically is telling us we've got a candlestick at the top telling us a possible reversal. That type of candlestick is kind of not really a morning star, but it's typical of a candlestick you would see on a reversal or a rebound. Okay? And the momentum is saying, no, we're not done yet. We're still going down. But momentum, remember, is a trailing. It's a reactive, not a proactive indicator. Okay? Big Daddy forecast says we're going to be going up. VIX says, I'm not sure. We're just tracing sideways. Right? The VIX barely went up today. If you took it at face value, the VIX is telling you that there's still some very slight chance of the market still going down. Or I should say there's a greater chance of the market still going down rather than going up. But that chance is very small, right? Talking a negligible percentage here. So let's see, we got one indicator saying on the candlestick saying we're probably going to have a rebound. We have the momentum saying no. We got the Big Daddy saying yes, and we got the VIX saying it's not sure. Well, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? This is an undecided market, right? We're at the bottom of a trend. It might tomorrow go up, and it might just be a hiccup, and the next day could be down again. Makes perfect sense, right? We're in a transition. We're potentially in a transition day or two, transitioning from a downtrend to an uptrend, or maybe sideways, or we might get a continuation. So the market today is undecided. That's basically what that's telling us. You can see, well, some of you may not know, but let's look at some of the position that I took that I talked about the position. How do I deal with losses? Okay, let's look at that. So now you can see on your screen, this was upper left-hand corner. This was last night. It was late last night, like 1:20. I was still up doing some stuff, and I decided to put a trade on. You can see on the right there on the screen in the yellow rectangles, I shorted 2 contracts on the E-micro S&P 500, the December contracts. And you can see for I was down $117.50, right? You look at the very bottom of the screen, lower right-hand corner, that's me getting ready to put in an order, a trailing stop. And I'm just kind of sitting there. I'm going to trail by $2, but I haven't actually confirmed and sent it yet. I'm just kind of waiting to see what the market's going to do, okay? So this is a perfect example how I was down. Okay, I literally was down like over $100. So this is actual real loss. That PL was actual real loss, not just an open position with the potential for a loss. This is me actually. I took a loss earlier, I think in the night, or I think I did some trading earlier in the night, and I was down $117.50. So do I get every trade right? Do I get profitable every trade? No. Remember, for those of you who've been watching and listening to my YouTube videos for the last however long, remember I said nobody gets every trade right. And remember I told you here in Texas, we have a lot of people who are just straight up honest. We're called straight shooters. There's a saying in Texas, straight shooters. We keep it real. So I don't always just show profitable trades. This was a trade that went against me. It wasn't big. And why didn't I take a big trade? Because I could see the candlestick was small. I could see that we were at the bottom of a trend. You look at the picture there, you can see Big Daddy forecast, stochastic momentum, the VIX, all of it's kind of saying we're getting to the bottom of a trend, right? The candlestick's kind of small at this point in the middle of the night. And I know a lot of you have already heard this, but I'm going to say it time and time again. Keep it small, especially when you think you're at the end of a trend. So that's why I only took 2 contracts. And I think I took 2 contracts earlier in the night, and that's why I was down to $117. Okay. So there's a perfect example of me actually losing money on a trade. Okay, now let's go take a look at the next screenshot. So you can see this is just a little bit later, upper left-hand corner, still 1:30ish in the morning. Just getting ready to go to bed, do whatever. But I stayed up because I saw some opportunity here. You look in the middle of the screen, you can see I have a trailing stop. Kind of upper middle of the screen. Got a trailing stop sitting there. To the right of the screen, 2 rectangles. You can see it's still the same 2 short contracts, right? It's the same 2 contracts that I shorted in the last screenshot. But now the position is up $55, and the profit loss for the day is come down from $117 to $45. Okay. Now this position is still open. I hadn't closed it yet. So these totals that you're seeing here are theoretical, meaning if I close them, this is what I would have. Okay. So what's happening here? Well, I'm taking advantage of the market, and I'm working to negate or mitigate my losses from earlier, right? That's what's going on. Okay, let's go to the next screenshot. Okay, now you can see the trailing stop is no longer in the middle of the screen. We're upper left-hand corner, just like, whatever, 4 or 5 minutes later. Still the same December contracts. And you can see to the right, the position closed. Well, why did it close? Because the market moved against me and hit my trailing stop. Now look at the profit loss for the day, $71.25. So I went from $117.50 down to $71 down. We're moving in the right direction, right, guys? Sometimes this is how it is, especially when you're getting towards the end of trends. You can see I keep the position really small. I'm making I'm waiting for the market to move enough to overcome commissions, right? I'm not just going to make trades and only just break even because of commissions, but I'm overcoming commissions and I'm making enough profit to where I can close some positions in a really kind of tight market, right? Okay, let's move on to the next one. So that was short side trading. That was done at 1 o'clock in the morning and all that stuff. Now, upper left-hand corner, this is the next morning. You know, I was working. I took a little break after some meetings. Here I am, 9:57 in the morning Central Standard Time in the great state of Texas. Look at the position size, guys. Look at the middle of the screen. Trailing stop. One contract. One. You talk about small. It can't get any smaller. These are E-micro contracts for the S&P 500. And I only take one contract. Why? Well, look at the candlestick. I know that the trailing stop is kind of, that line's kind of hiding the candlestick. But the candlestick's basically a doji. Look at the little green line. The last candlestick on the right. So at this point, I know that the market is highly undecided, right? It's just sitting there, completely break even. So what am I doing? I'm taking one little contract. So I want y'all to get this before I continue to move on about how I'm getting out of the mitigating losses. Okay, I want you to understand this. As you get towards the end of a trend, you get real small, or don't trade at all. Everybody hear that? I'm gonna say it again. When you're getting towards the end of a trend, and if you don't know how to discern that, I'll put a link or two in the description below this video, and you can go back and look how I determine whether to trade long or short. Okay, how do I make those decisions? It'll be in the description below. Okay, after you're done watching this video, you can go watch it. But this is where the indication here is that the trend is coming to an end, right? There isn't a red candlestick there. It's just little doji green candlestick. So as the trend starts to wane, okay, keep it real small. Or sometimes I won't even trade at all, guys. I just wait a day or two to wait to see what the market's going to do. Not every day is going to be a huge profitable day. Okay, so for you guys and gals out there that are hit and miss traders, some days we don't trade. Got to be smart. Trade smart. Okay, I like to say, trade smart, don't trade scared. So only one contract. Now look to the right over there. You see I said in yellow letters, small position because the trend is slowing, right? Really small. You can see that my position for the one contract, I'm up $22.50. Look at the profit loss for the day now, $48.75. So we went from 117 down to $74 down, I think it was, to $48 down, right? This position is still open. I haven't closed it yet at this point because the trailing stops in the middle of the screen. Okay, let's move on to the next screenshot. Let's keep this video moving, right? Remember, on this YouTube channel, guys and gals, we're about making money, okay? If you want to watch other YouTube channels, go ahead. Lots of people like to draw all kinds of charts and do all kinds of stuff. That's cool. I'm sure there's plenty of other sites out there that have good information, okay? I hardly ever see any of them show their positions or whether or not they're making or losing money, so I can't. Kind of strange, but on this channel, we're about making money, okay? You know the old saying, right? Talk is cheap. All right, so the middle of the screen, same contract, still sitting as a trailing stop. Now look to the right. This is just a few minutes later. I'm up, the position's up $45, but the profit loss for today has basically been negated down to $1.25. So I basically negated nearly the entire loss. Okay. So why did I have a loss in the first place? Well, because I took a short side position because there were still indications that the downward trend was still going on. But guess what? I was wrong. Why was I wrong? Because I'm human and everybody's going to be wrong at some point. Everybody is going to get it wrong occasionally, even the best traders in the world, guys. It's okay to be wrong. You just don't want to be wrong a lot. Okay, you want to be wrong just like once in a while, okay? Keep the losses small and the profits huge. Okay, so I mitigated some losses there, right? Now this position is still open at this point. Okay, look. Now remember, we've gone from short side trading the previous night to now we're long side trading. So we've made the switch. I want everybody to pause for a second. If you need to go back in the video and pause it and rewind it and look at it some more, go ahead. But I want you to understand that at 1 o'clock in the morning last night, I was short side trading. In the morning, I'm long side trading. It happens just like that. Now, sometimes I don't long side trade during the changeover, and I wait it out. But this time I did because the market was kind of giving me some room to make some trading. Okay, upper left-hand corner, again, a few minutes later, same December contracts, E micro S&P 500. You can see the same trailing stop sitting in the middle of the screen, and to the right, in the yellow rectangles, I'm now up $61.25 for this particular one contract, this position, and I'm up $15 for the day. I've effectively wiped out my debt from the previous trade. That doesn't always happen, guys. Okay, but it's nice when it does. Wiped out the debt, or the loss, I should say, from the previous trade. I'm up 15 bucks. The position at this point is still open. Okay, and I think I closed it like a couple minutes later, and I don't remember exactly what the total profit was. I probably didn't capture that screenshot. I was busy working, doing my stuff. But yeah, so there you go. That's how you do it, okay? That's how you make the transition from short side when the market's pulling back, corrections, crashes. Yes, I still contend there will be a crash in the market as we go into fall, winter, maybe even as late as going into January. Okay, but basically I think from now all the way through fall, winter, we are going to see the market on the average go down. Could we hit all-time highs? Absolutely. Let's say that this market rebounds right now as we look at this chart here. Let's say that the market rebounds. Let me go back over to the regular current contracts. So as this market could rebound tomorrow, we could see a big candlestick green going up. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. Okay, and we could see all-time new highs go up above the 44.7650, and that's great. No problem. Go for it. I'll trade that too. Because remember, this channel is about making money. Okay, not just talking a bunch of cheap talk and blah blah blah. We're about making money here, right, guys and gals? What we want to do, right? That's the whole point of trading. So even if the market goes to all-time new highs, it doesn't change my assertion that in the fall, winter, we will have prices lower than the 44.7650 you're seeing on the screen. Okay, that's the whole point of that video from a few days back on August 12th, okay? That we will see prices go below this 44.7650 as we go into the fall and winter. And you can bet your butt that I'll be trading that short side if it does that. And you know what, guys? If I'm wrong, that's fine. The market can go to all-time highs and keep on trucking. I'm not going to sit there and cry. No, I'm going to trade it. I can't handle it that I was wrong. I don't, only the people with the big egos and can't handle ever being wrong, they're not honest with themselves, those are the ones that go do that nonsense. Me, I'm going to make money trading. How about you guys? Isn't that what it's all about? Okay? I remember the days of me being a hit and miss trader. Don't ever want to be that again. Okay, today I actually kept this video, well, not short, but I tried to keep it as short as I can. Subscribe, click the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, I really appreciate that. Okay, make sure you hit the little bell so you get notified of all the videos as I put them out. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.